everyone. I'm tired of sitting in my den. You're probably tired of seeing me sit in my den. So I've relocated to my favorite bar here at the end of the line and with my favorite libation. And we're going to talk for a short while on the subject, who are you going to call? Now, all of us need advice from time to time. So we're going to start by taking off our pilot hats, and we're just people. Joe Bag of Donuts, if you will. And we need advice. So there are 4 rungs of the advice ladder that I've come up with. We're going to start at the highest rung, expert advice. If you're sick, and you need expert advice, you go to a doctor. If you need legal advice, you go to a lawyer. The next lower rung would be reliable advice. That would be a friend, a neighbor, someone you know well, and you seek advice from them. They're credible. And so you have a problem, you have a question, you go to them and you say, I've got a question. And you trust them, and they give you an answer or their opinion, and then you weigh that and move forward. The next lower rung I call semi-reliable advice, and that's generally the internet these days. And you do a search on the internet and you ask your question, and you'll get a whole range of answers. And then what you have to do is vet the source that gives you that answer. Some of them could be good as a source and some not. And then you have to draw your own conclusion from that point. And the lowest rung I call the man on the street. You're in a grocery line, you're at the subway station, you're on a bus, and you strike up a conversation with someone next to you, and you say, hey, by the way, do you have any knowledge on whatever subject you're seeking advice on? And they say, oh, as a matter of fact, I do. And they share with you that opinion. And now you have to decide if that individual you were talking with has any credibility. Okay, so now put on your pilot's hat, your pilot's wings, and think like a pilot. And we'll go back on that top rung. The expert advice, aviation-wise, as far as I can think of, falls into one of 3 categories: the FAA, the AOPA, and the EAA, should you have an experimental aircraft. Now, I say FAA first. That doesn't necessarily mean you want to start with them. The old adage, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you, doesn't always ring true. But the AOPA and the EAA, once again for experimental types, are organizations made up of people that have expertise that we pay dues to take advantage of. The AOPA has a legal arm that theoretically we pay extra to avail ourselves of, but they still have a legal division that regular dues paying members can get a hold of. And so if you're sitting somewhere and you have a thought of, am I legal to do this? the smart answer is, in your head, is call somebody who knows. And that's, in most cases, someone at the AOPA. And if you call them and they give you an answer now and they say, yes, you are, the wisest thing is to ask, can I get that in writing? Because if you act on that advice and then it turns out it's bad advice, you'll be talking to the FAA sooner or later. So the advice you get, even at those highest levels, sometimes has to be looked at with a skeptical eye. But it's as high as we can go. So that's where we go when we're asking, is this legal? Is this right? Also, maybe you're A&P mechanic. Can I do this on my airplane? And if he's going to do it and sign off your logbook, that's pretty high authority, because they're not going to risk their ticket doing something on your airplane that they've got to answer for. Below that, semi-reliable advice could be from your local or state pilots association. Here in Arizona, we have the Arizona Pilots Association, once again comprised of folks with expertise in various and sundry areas, and they can give you guidance that is semi-reliable, once again, but maybe not as good as AOPA, maybe sometimes as good, but better than those two lower rungs that we're going to go to. The internet, once again, put your question online or in the internet search bar, and is it legal to, or can I? And in this case, it might say, yes, you are, but if you've got to look at the source, it could well be from another country. And so make sure that you vet the source of the answer. So it might be legal in South America, and if you don't look at it closely and you're doing it here, once again, you'll be having that conversation with the FAA. And the lowest man on the street source for aviation is the online forum. And there are hundreds of them, generally through Facebook or other social media sites that are interest groups, airplane specific groups that people just sign up for. Some of them are public, some of them are private, but the private groups ask a couple of generic questions and you answer them and boom, you're in. So they're still basically public. And I find them to be less than helpful many times. I've gone to them to promote the Light Sport Air Force. I generally don't comment other than to direct questions to my YouTube channel, Light Sport Air Force, or the website. I just glanced today. Somebody bought a Light Sport and was concerned about the limited weight carrying capacity, and somebody chimed in and said, well, sometimes I fly mine over gross and the airplane handles it quite well. I mean, to do that and not tell anybody about it, maybe, but to put it out there and to encourage somebody else to fly an airplane over gross, over the numbers that the book says is the maximum gross weight, is beyond me. Because now you're in uncharted territory, and now a new guy with a new airplane says, "Oh, I guess I can do that too." I just don't understand it. Buying things on a forum. Who are you buying it from? And are you ever going to get it when you give them your money? Selling things on a forum. Are you ever going to get the money? It's just thinking that pilots are honorable and you can trust a pilot. Maybe most pilots, we'd all like to think that, but there are trolls out there, and to think that a troll or a scammer would not go on an aviation forum is beyond belief. So there's a lot of reasons not to participate in a forum or even to go and ask for advice that you would ask the FAA or an AOPA type of organization or your mechanic. People have gone on, I've seen questions on forums about how do I do this with my engine or what have you. Questions that you go to your mechanic. So at any rate, if you want to do it, I'm not here to say don't do it, but buyer beware. So another good example is the Mosaic. And if you know what that stands for, you're a better man than I. But it's the NPRM Notice of Proposed Rulemaking that is going to supposedly change general aviation regulations, especially the light sport category. And it came out several months ago. It's in the comment period now. It was just extended another month. And when that came out, the forums went nuts about what it was going to be and how it was going to change the light sport category and other GA things. And the rumor mill went crazy. And the NPRM might as well stand for no point in rumor mongering, because that's all it was. Nobody knows. And the comment period allows you and me, if we so desire, to write a comment, send it in. But I think most of us realize the true power in shaping the rule in its final form doesn't lie in our comments. It's the people with the money and the say-so that meet in the back room. So we might as well just wait, and when it comes out, then we'll figure out how it best suits us and how we can best operate within the new rule. So if you've got a question, who are you going to call? Well, it depends on the question and who you're going to listen to get the best answer, to make the best decision at the end of the day. So now, here we are. Christmas is just a few days away, and we're done with that short commercial. Products are showing up on our online store every day. I've got one right here. It's a coffee mug now, insulated, to go, with the logo on it. We'll have one with the logo of the Arizona Wing available shortly. 15 ounces, keeps hot coffee hot, iced tea cold. Pilots, mugs, come on. Get one. Get one for someone you love. Tell someone you love to get one for you. You can do this. I know you can. I got faith in you out there, people. And the three S's, 2 S's, share, subscribe. And if you're in a place where it's got nice weather, not even Arizona right now, cloudy and rainy if you can see behind me. But if you got nice weather and you're going to fly safe. I know you are. And everybody, have a very happy holiday, happy New Year, and we'll have more coming your way shortly after the first of the year. So a toast to you and everybody close to you. Happy holidays.